ladies and gentlemen, welcome yourselves back here to the Vortex playoffs, and we're finally here. Final match of the season here. Grand finals between Little Wamens and Mercury eSports coming up right now, being a fantastic day of action, and it all culminates right here, of course. My name is Faded, and join me in the booth is Macfish. How are you today, man?
I'm doing quite well, thank you very much. Yeah, as you said, Little Wamens versus Mercury eSports coming in for that decider. 200 euros on the line for the first place, 100 euros for second, so definitely something to play for. And, you know, Mercury, really impressive coming from the lower bracket, knocking down 125Q and Orcless as well. So I'm honestly just hoping for really close grand finals, hopefully Game 7.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm hoping for Game 7 as well. Of course, a reminder, Little Wamens do start 1-0 up in this series, so that's the advantage you get from coming from the winners brackets. But yeah, Mercury have been going on quite the lower bracket run. Of course, Game 7 victory over 124Q, and then we just saw last on stream 4-1 over Orgles with a 9-1 thrashing in the last game of that series. So yeah, Mercury got momentum, you could say, going into this one. Little Wamens still a incredible lineup. Penny, Creamy, and Swift, three very talented players. So it's still going to be a tall task for the side of Mercury. Before we dive into it, Max, I think I'll have to ask you, how do you think this match is going to go for these guys?
I mean, it's really difficult to say. It's in league play, Little Wamens won that match 3-1, but in league play, Mercury was not playing with Blau, who's been since subbed in to play in these playoffs. And honestly, he's been really strong, getting a lot of demos, getting a lot of physical play onto the field. And that's been really instrumental in their successes, especially against 124Q. And I think with the 9-1 in the last game versus Orcless, they really have some momentum going now. So if they can get that momentum, keep that momentum going, to win the first game, to retake the series to an equalized point, then it's literally anyone's game, and it's gonna heavily depend on like individuality and individual performances to take that one home. But if you have to force me for an answer, I'm gonna go. I mean, a bit of regional pride here. I'm going to go with Mercury. But as I said, I'm thinking Game 7, so 4-3 for Mercury.
I do respect that prediction. I'll also have to say Game 7. I think Little Wamens will be taking that one. Maybe a slight bit of bias here, having known a couple of the players personally. But nonetheless, scoring up to be a incredible matchup. So here we are, kicking off with technically Game 2 of the series here. Little Wamens starting with a 1-0 advantage. And off the kickoff, here is Benny with an early shot. Swift tipping it high into the corner. Blau now dropping it into Tommy. Going to be intercepted. Swift now. Not much boost of work. We're going to try and work it up the field. A centre into Creamy, and he'll slot is the top left. And right on that counter attack, it is Little Wamens with the lead.
Yeah, and that's exactly the start that Mercury did need to try and not have essentially Creamy with the early opening goal, just ridding them of all the momentum they could build through that earlier series. And now it's still early doors in this, as you said, technically game number 2, and they can certainly come back and have a lot of time. But now it's going to be a bit more difficult to build that momentum in you against Little Wamens, who have had 2 hours off, who are still very much fresh in the game.
Yeah, certainly. 30 seconds in, and it is Little Wamens back on the attack again. Good read from Benny to get that one out, but an immediate shot coming in from Penny. He was sent aside by Blau, now Creamy put it into the centre. Swift diving in to block that one, and now Benny extending the ball forward, but no one to follow it up. Boost appearing to be an issue on the side of Mercury. Tommy has to bail out Blau on that one. Now Swift, what can he do with this? Going to try to take it to the back, but where it's currently undefended. Benny going to chip it out, and now here goes Benny once more. Touch high. Going to be laying it off for Creamy. Benny having to clear it through the corner. And gets a second touch as well. Baits out Swift and allows Tommy to come in to take this one. Now finally getting a clearance out for them. But Penny immediately there to get it out. Now into the midfield. Penny putting it high. Here comes Swift for a shooting chance. Benny going to have the block there. And with 90 seconds into this one, Little Wamens showing that they are the favourites in this one, having a majority of the pressure so far in this game. As now, speaking of which, Little Wamens gearing up for another attack.
Yeah, the ball has rarely left the orange half, and it's actually now Creamy with an opportunity, but Tommy coming across the goal to deny that one. Now Benny in a 1v1 gets a bump from Blau. The support, but Swift and Paney get the save. Somehow they keep that one out, and it's still 1-0 here for Little Wamens. But now they are severely under pressure. Creamy needs to get that one out, does so successfully, and gets the 50 versus Benny. That's a huge one, as now Blau is forced on the backboard. Takes it over one, has Tommy in support mid, but Creamy cuts, wise cut there in the middle. Tommy just yeets it immediately back, though. It's a bit offensive positioning here from both teams, who are not really bothered with going full rotation, going full backboards. Instead, a lot of cutting going on, and that's a big whiff, and Paney will make you pay for that one. 2-0 now for Little Wamens.
Yeah, that's the case. You see Tommy unable to make the read there, and Paney that is good placement. Going to be slotting that one towards the back post, as now Little Wamens 2-0 up in this one after a spell of pressure coming out from the side of Mercury. So they are managing to slowly get themselves into this series, but still Little Wamens throwing who's top dog here is Creamy up for this one. We're going to be sending it into the roof there. Paney unable to make contact with that one. Now a double commit on the side of Mercury. Not going to spell any kind of disaster, as Benny does get them out of that situation. Now Creamy attempting a pinch, well read by Tommy into the corner. Paney, can he try to put this one up? No, this seems to be the case. Benny having to leave that one. No, Swift cross net. And now Tommy off the corner wall. No one's going to be able to pick that one up though. And now it will be finally time for Little Wamens to get themselves out. As this was awkward for Blau, has to make the save. Creamy with a fall. Tommy following up as well. And that was a dangerous looking ball there. But Mercury still stay 2 goals down. And with a minute and a half coming up, looking to get this back into it, but no, Swift is going to get the third there for his team.
Where on earth did that angle come from? I thought Swift, okay, he had a touch, but I didn't think he would bounce it in right off the corner. Incredible angle from Swift there for the third of Little Wamens. But what we see quite often here from Mercury eSports is a lot of double committing, especially Tommy and Blau. They seem unsure if the other person just has enough boost to make a particular touch here, and that's really costing them. They just need to fix their comms here to just avoid the double commits essentially, and to get back into the game. Because with 1 minute 30, although they haven't had a lot of pressure, they've shown that they can be dangerous on offense, but they need to fix the defense first before thinking about going on attack. But Blau now against the backboard, it's an easy one to collect for Swift. It's Benny pinches it back in there. Tommy now with the shot, but Creamy is there, gets demoed for his troubles, but to no avail as Swift now over Blau. Tommy and Benny have to rush back. Both are ball side. That's also going to be an issue. Swift going to put it in middle for Paney, who's thinking better of it, leaving Benny to it. It's Creamy now in the air, 50-50, and just 50 seconds left on the clock for Mercury to make that comeback in game number 2. It's looking very unlikely, isn't it?
Yeah, highly unlikely at this rate. And you can tell the way Little Wamens are playing now, just playing it safe and not going for anything too risky. Just want to finish this game with a clean 3-0 scoreline, and you can't really blame them. As now they find themselves on attack. Benny though, 0 boost, going to be sending it forward, but will that do much? Not really, as now here goes Blau, going to turn around for this, but Swift none the wiser gets to that one. Now Creamy in the air, going to be intercepted by Tommy, but it goes to the centre for Paney. He does beat him out though, as this one goes towards the net. Benny attempting to make a dunk on Swift, but he's not going to be fooled by that one, is he? As now Tommy gets it out into the middle, and in the dying seconds of this game, Tommy will make that save, and it looks to be a 3-0 win in game 2 of the series for Little Wamens. I must say, brilliant performance for them to open things up, and Mercury didn't have much answer to it, but we'll have a slightly longer break between these games, as we are going to have a server switch here.
Yeah, but I think Little Wamens just coming out the gate, swinging, and just showing why they went through the winner's bracket, and showing why they went top 2 in league play as well. For Mercury, I think it was a game about adjusting to Little Wamens, adjusting to the play style, because at the end there you could see getting way more comfortable with them, not allowing any more goals to happen. And I think they just need those first 3 minutes. Maybe it's a slight break from like all the previous games they had to play today, and then just adjusting to Little Wamens as well. So I'm looking forward to seeing Mercury in full now, because this is realistically their last chance to make something happen in this series. This is their last chance to avoid getting essentially on match point, and that's something they want to avoid desperately.
Yeah, definitely. With that one game advantage that little Wamens have, it doesn't leave as much room as Mercury would like. The best of 7 usually allows that flexibility, but when you go 2-0 down this early, it's like, well, one more game and you're in reverse sweep territory. And best of 7 reverse sweeps, yes, they've happened, but they're really far and few between. So that's a position that Mercury absolutely do not want to get into, especially against a team like little Wamens. With that experience. But with that said, I feel like Mercury had adjusted well in that game to Little Wamens, so I reckon we can see a lot more out of them. Not going to be conceding as many of those goals. I reckon it's going to be more solid. So we're going to be starting out with game 3 now in this series, and let's see what answer Mercury have to the Little Wamens side.
Yeah, and it is Swift versus Blau on this kickoff. It goes very neutral, but Tommy decides to go for the back boost. It's there with Blau again in the same court, in the same corner. As Benny takes it over, looking for a pass, but gets it over one. Blau now with the shot. As Penny's there, needs to make the save, does make the save, keeps it out and gives it to Swift as well. Double commit now coming out from Tommy and Benny. This time it's Swift with the angle. Can't quite get it. Is Penny there to clean it up? Yes, he is, but he puts it against the crossbar. Little Wamens can't make the early goal happen twice in a row, and Mercury walk away with murder there.
Yeah, absolutely. That was a lethal counter-attack coming out, and Penny very nearly got the ball into the net, but in the end it's a little bit off target, and you can tell there is still panic in that Mercury eSports defense, which they have got to sort out fast. Then they have a chance to attack Benny with the demo to try open things up, but Penny covers it well. Now, Blau has Creamy to deal with, but it's not going to be easy to deal with. A man of his skill as he goes to the musty flick off the ceiling. Not going to be successful this time, but now here comes Swift trying to take it off the ceiling. Gets it past one. Gets a bit out to the left wing where Penny is waiting. And now can force possession over to Benny. This one's high, Creamy. Good read, but he is blocked up by Tommy. Does grant a chance. Swift, though, will be able to get that save. And we're approaching the 92nd mark in this second game. And you can tell that Mercury have definitely acclimatized to Little Wamens in this one, and so even with that early scare, now starting to play more to their level, I would say.
Yeah, but they still have to be very careful as Penny now trying for a double tap, gets an out by Tommy, who's just banging it down the field. Creamy only able to make that to the side as Awkward is caught in that. Swift with a complete misread. Where's the attacker? Where's Tommy? He's a bit late. Blau comes now in. It doesn't make the shot happen. Can't get it over the defenders as Benny is now forced to get it into the side wall. That's a good opportunity for Mercury East, just wasted on the account of that they just didn't expect the whiffs coming up. And now Tommy with the flip reset trying to go underneath. Can't quite do it. Blau again over one, under two, pass mid, Creamy comes in, but now follow up from Tommy. The shot is there, the bump is not from Benny, however, and they can still clear the lines. Not the Wamens now, but they are swimming. They are in grave danger if this attack continues, but thankfully Swift gets the ball. Tommy gets a woeful clear, and Blau has to bail him out for that one.
Yeah, it was a good stint on the attack for Mercury Esports, but unable to convert those chances there, and now it's Little Wamens attack. Creamy try to put it into the bottom left. Tommy has to save it off the line. As now it's a 50-50 potential rule one. No, it is going to be broken up there. Benny now tapping it into the corner, dropping it down. Now Swift infield to Penny, who attempts a shot, blocked once more, and now into the sidewall. Here comes Creamy. Blau up again. You can tell boost is starting to become a problem for Mercury as Penny attempts a flip reset. Not going to lead to anything in that situation, but Swift still keeping this pressure on as though Creamy off the corner wall tries to reset. He does get it and finds the center. Blau has to tap it high, and now a clear really needs to be found for Mercury East. Was that one rolling towards the net? Benny off the line again. It has to make a save, and now can a clear come out? Yes, Tommy will be able to send it forwards, and now a bomb does come through. Benny intercepting that pass as well. And so two real big attacks coming out from both these teams, able to keep extended pressure. But now 3-on-1, Blau holds his nerve, gets it out to the side, and 90 seconds left. Still scoreless here as Tommy attempting a shot. Creamy will be able to save.
Yeah, and Blau's situation there, that's exactly why you play 1v1, to just keep your cool in those situations. 3 players barreling down towards you, neither of them going for the bump, interestingly, but it just works out for Mercury in the end as both teams huge pressure faces, but neither being able to fight the goal. Maybe Tommy can fight the drop. No, he can, and Creamy jumps in from the back wall to make the save as he's now transitioning into offense all by himself, and he needs no teammates. He does it all by himself, safe into attack, calls off Swift, and wham bam, thank you ma'am, Little Wamens 1-0 up.
Yeah, Creamy, what a beast he is. Managing to win that 50-50 and then slot it home, no defender back in net. So just under a minute to go, and Little Wamens get themselves a late goal in this third game, which will be, paramount in the context of the series. It would be match point if they can close this one out. But Blau having some other ideas, attempting a shot. Now here comes Benny, misses that one. That could be a big chance. He was able to find that centre. As now will be Tommy getting it out. His second touch. Can he bring out Creamy? No boost in the tank to keep on going with that. As now Blau will be dropping it down. Swift as the side wall. Second touch into the middle. Tommy and Benny trying to work together to get this one out. Tommy now taking it across. He's got no boost, and Creamy on his tail. The 50 isn't good for him. As now Creamy with the reset, can he do anything with it? No, but still manages to keep possession as Penny goes for the shot. Could be the finisher off the post, and now the counter attack comes out. Tommy has Benny to work with, takes it under one, and the flick off the post. And can Blau get it? It stays up for now. Benny will have possession. The demo comes through, ball does bounce up. Now infield, Tommy, no height on the shot there. And oh boy, that was a heart-wrenching end to that game, Max. But Little Wamens hold on to go 3-0 up in the series.
And that's unfortunate for Mercury. They deserve the overtime here in that match. It was so excruciatingly close. Tommy with the last dribble underneath the one player, and then trying to get the flick and just get saved in the end as well. There at the end, just the infield pass, not quite the accuracy needed. It's just really, really unfortunate for Mercury eSports here. The defense of Little Wamens is just so good. It's so solid. They really need something special to come out. And Tommy might have found it in the beginning of the game. He was just literally sitting at their back line and just going for the demos, just clearing the third man of Little Wamens constantly, just demo after demo. And then he just dropped it when his team needs him and never continued. So I feel like if they can do it again, and if we can bring that physicality back again, they have a shot, because right now the accuracy isn't quite there, so they can make it on the infield passes.
Yes, indeed. And you take a look at the stats, I mean, it was 11 saves on the side of Little Wamens. So the defense holding up very, very strong. So this game now 3-0 up for Little Wamens at this point. Reverse sweep from Mercury. So we'll see how this one will go for them as kickoff coming through. Swift will be able to take the side route off the kickoff. Into Penny now. Is going to try and get into the side where Penny is waiting. No touch to be found though. Blown out. Be contested by Creamy. Penny now going to try to pick this one up, but seems to be a midfield battle to start things out. As now Tommy out to the side. Will be able to get back into Blau there, but Swift actually intercepts to get shot to be found. Tommy saving it though, as now Penny puts it back into the middle. Benny has to clear it over the net, and now Tommy clears it downfield. And so in this opening 30 seconds, really been a midfield battle so far, but now Little Wamens starting to find a bit more ground, and now they have themselves with some pressures. Now Creamy waiting very patiently for that one. Now has a potential chance, but no boost behind it. Swift shooting chance onto the crossbar. Tommy has to get to this one, but he won't make contact. Creamy finishes that one off, and it's 1-0 now to Little Wamens once again.
And again, it's a great start for Little Wamens here, as Tommy just doesn't have the read of the crossbar. It's unfortunate for him, and Creamy just short rotating in, taking the cut and just finishing that right under the bar. And now it's literally do or die for Mercury. They have to find the back of the net. They are with their backs firmly pressed against the wall. It's now Penny trying for something magical. Can't find it. Creamy maybe can, but Benny finds the save to keep it out, and that's exactly the catalyst that Little Wamens don't want Mercury to have. That's exactly the catalyst that Mercury needs right now to stay in this series. They are in a final situation. This could be their final game. This could be their last hurrah, and they need to find the goal, and they need to find offense ASAP.
Yeah, they do indeed. Of course, 3.5 minutes to go. You know, time is on their side at least, as there comes a save. Oh, that was fantastic from Benny to just barely keep it out. Counter attack comes through. Good read by Creamy to swipe it off of Blau. Now Bennett trying to put it in field. Swift well read though. Now the demo on the back lines. Blau shot off target. Tommy waiting for the impending clear. Now getting it off the back. Well, here comes Bennett for the finisher. Gets it behind Penny. And you talk about they need offense. Well, there you have it. They have found the equalizer.
And they finally break their scoring deadlock as well, with Benny just getting that past Penny in the net and past Swift as well, of course. And now we have a game on our hands. Now Mercury have found a way to score on Little Wamens, and it's now Little Wamens' way to react, and we're going to see how they're going to play from this position. And it seems like they're going to just keep playing offense as Swift gets the read from the ceiling. Doesn't matter that he's bummed, he's just going to adjust with it and quickly regain the lead for Little Wamens.
Yeah, Swift just being so quick onto that ball. Defense caught off guard, and you know, that's a class of player that he is. Like, gets that read, the bomb doesn't phase him at all, and so instant reply here for Little Wamens, and it could maybe be another no penny shot, having not nearly enough power as though Tommy take it in the field. Beats out Swift actually, can't find a center. No, Creamy, brilliant demo there, but still the pressure's on. Blau gets into the middle. Can Benny find an angle? No, he can't. Blau the follow up again. Swift able to make that block as now Penny not much boost to work with. Trying to do battle here with Blau. Can't find a block, but Creamy are behind to back him up. Now Benny with a demo, and that one is wide open. Can Benny convert it? He puts it off the crossbar. Blau, so awkward for him, has to put it into Tommy, and now off the corner wall. Tommy trying to get another dunk there. Not going to matter though, as Creamy now following it up himself. But Mercury's getting themselves a bit more control. And now Blau off the corner wall once more. Penny's going to clear it out. Now here comes Benny. Take it to the skies, but Creamy has him red. 2 minutes now to go, max, as Mercury having a long-sided offense, and maybe this could be the goal. No, Swift. Fantastic save once again, but it may not matter as Blau bar it down to finally get the equalizer.
Yeah, that was looming, really, wasn't it? It was just prolonged offense from Mercury eSports, and finally they find the accuracy necessary. Blau finds his shot, crossbar down and in. Good power on it as well after the pass from Benny, I believe it was. And that is now the second time it has been equalized by Mercury eSports. Maybe a quick one for Little Wamens as well. No, not of this kickoff, though. The chance is not over yet. Tommy now with the long clear. It's Blau to hunt that one down, but it's Creamy. Big clear in the air. It's Penny. Can he get the read? No. And there's a wild Creamy coming in from the side. Absolutely blindsiding the defense. It's Benny now tasked to get the saves. His defense this game, his saves are immaculate. There's nothing wrong with them. Manuel Neuer would be proud. But right here, Penny is up again. Creamy with the follow-up. Benny does need to make the save. Doesn't do so now, as Swift is just too swift for the Mercury eSports defense and gets the lead back up. That could be the championship-winning goal.
Absolutely. I mean, Swift's living up to the name. He has been on point this entire series so far. And again, extended pressure coming out. Benny really had to get that touch, but he just wasn't able to do so. It's a bit of an abnormal kickoff coming out here. Mercury do find themselves with possession though. Creamy into the corner. What can Mercury do for their own half now? They've got to find another equalizer here to at least get Old C. As now here comes Swift up for this one again. He's going to go for the shot. Gets past Benny, and now Tommy having to get it out, but boost not going to really favour him there, as now Benny comes out as the 1 minute warning comes up. And really, that's a warning from Mercury, and they need to find something real quick as the clear is found there. But paying out on the backboard, there is Swift. He's going to go for the shot. Oh, he very nearly had it. Creamy, there's the follow-up, and it will finally go in. And now Little Wamens making this comeback even more improbable for the side of Mercury.
Not only was the redirect from Swift absolutely fantastic, but it was also Creamy coming through with the bump as well, with the swipe on the last defender, who would have been able to get the save there actually. So really, really good physicality coming off Little Wamens, but it might not matter. Tommy nearly with the quick one, and that is what Mercury eSports need. They need the quick goal, but maybe Swift will get the fifth on the dunk from Benny. No, but Creamy can get it over. It's Swift tees it up. Penny in there, beaten by Tommy. And now it's Benny on the shot, gets beaten by Creamy to it. Blau into the side was Tommy, there he is, but he missed the ball. Benny can make it up for it. It's Tommy again whiffing. A lot of whiffs coming out now from Mercury, and that is going to cost them dear. This demo coming out, and Tommy with the shot and the goal. 8 seconds. This is not done until that ball touches the ground for the final time.
Yeah, absolutely. Fantastic pass from Benny into Tommy, and great finish as well. And so they've got a lifeline. 8 seconds on the clock. And of course, as he said, the game's not over until the ball hits the ground. As it's going to be have to be a great kickoff play, but Penny puts it the other half. Double pre-jump going in for Little Wamens. That is very risky now. 3 men down the line, but it is Penny. Crucial challenge to keep them out. It's still high, but Swift, as you know, really quick to that. GG's and well played. Little Wamens are your ECC Season 8 Vortex champions.
Yeah, and congrats to them. I mean, in the end, just dominant performance from Little Wamens, absolutely smoking Mercury eSports in the first 2 games of the series. Then Mercury settled back in, but with every shot and every goal that Mercury scored, Little Wamens just had the answer right there. It was mainly Swift and Creamy, who've been just incredibly creative on offense and incredibly accurate as well on the offensive half of the pitch, and that's just what carried them through this grand final. Penny as well, just being rock solid as a third man, just getting involved when he needs to, and just enabling really his 2 teammates, sort of like an N'Golo Kante. I'm not here to do much, but I'm just enabling the teammates to do whatever they can do, and what they can do is win the Vortex for you.
Absolutely. All 3 of them playing brilliant today. Creamy and Swift being imperative in the offense, and Penny just filling the gaps really. And really, that was the recipe for success. Your 4-0 sweep, absolutely blasting Mercury out the water here. So congratulations to Little Wamens, you guys truly deserve it. The Vortex champions. And with that, Max, that is ECC Season 8 officially complete. And of course, the final prize winning is going to be awarded to Little Wamens. They received €200, Mercury with €100 there. So both walking away with some cash prizes here. And so congratulations to those guys. But that does it for the season of the ECC, our final game. And, there's a great final playoff weekend to close it off, Max. So yeah, very fantastic stuff we saw here.
Yeah, I mean, just... It's been 10 weeks, more like 3-4 months now since League Play started in late January. So, and to now have it finally culminating, ECC Season 8 done and dusted, checkmark off to that season. I mean, honestly, it's just been fantastic. The level of play, especially with the introduction of the Vortex, has never been this high, and I feel like we've got something really special coming in and now for ECC Season 9, which is going to start, I hope, as soon as we can, but we're going to make sure to wrap up this season properly. They're going to be still Team of the Playoff cards coming out from us, as you know, usually Team of the Week. Special edition now with Team of the Playoffs. That's going to be procured by our stats team. But yeah, I mean, long season after all, but what do you think of overall, not only of the Vortex, which has obviously been incredible, but like of the entire season? Like, I think the most teams we've ever had in a season as well.
Yeah, so there's most teams had in the season, and the introduction of the Vortex as well. With a different style for qualifying, but it seems to work out pretty well. We got a great season overall, and getting to not only play in this as a player, but also to cast all these games. It's been absolutely fantastic to see, and the playoffs really topped it all off. We got some incredible moments out of it, and so yeah, it's been a fantastic season. I got to say to all the players, thank you all for playing. It's great to see you all, and we hope to see a bunch of you returning next season because, of course, ECC Season 9 is going to be bigger and better for sure.
Of course, we're always going to look on improving. If you want to get involved, just head over to our Discord to just get part of the community. If you don't have a team yet, you can find a team in there as well. We've got the appropriate sections for that. But for one last thing, we're just going to, of course, thank our sponsor, Godalians, who've provided us with 300 euros. This entire Vortex prize pool, in fact, coming from Godalians here, the long-standing ECC sponsor. Really love working together with these guys since season 6, I believe they've been sponsoring us, and yeah, just very, very, very much appreciated from you lot over at Godalians, and of course Godello, their owner. But yeah, I mean, it's done. It's done and dusted. It's always weird to leave a season behind you, and just now for us, it's going to be a lot of work to prepare the next one, isn't it?
Absolutely. We're going to be working very hard behind the scenes for our next season. But before we close it out, we've actually got to let you all know about another event on Friday, I believe it is. We're going to have the next iteration of the Infinitude series. So if you want to participate in one of our events, of course, check out in the Discord, and you can sign yourselves up to play in that. €100 prize pool for that, so you'll get to see more from us there. Even if the ECC is going to be on a break, we've still got some cool things happening there. But I think we'll finally wrap it up here. Of course, I've got to say thank you, Max, for joining me in the cast booth, and all the other casters that we had on tonight. And of course, Kurtzer for handling today's stream, doing a great job as always. And that is it for the stream. Of course, thank you everyone for watching. You're all amazing, and we will see you all again next time. Have a good evening.